one friend that says, I bet I could totally punch through that and break that. And my friend is Coach Harbison. And Coach Harbison, tell us what your plan is today as we talk about forces.
Quite simply, humans, I'm going to punch this as hard as I can and break through it.
Coach Harbison thinks that he can break through a watermelon.
He can break through the watermelon.
Knows he can break through a watermelon. Great. So awesome. Move these a little bit. And today we're going to be talking about forces. So before we watch Coach Harbison break into the watermelon or attempt to break into the watermelon, his hypothesis is that he will. My hypothesis is that I will be laughing hard no matter what. And hopefully the hospital is still available and taking patients. All right. So before we get into this, we want to talk about a couple things, and then we'll spin this around. So a couple things you need to know. Speed is distance over time. So when you think about speed, you think miles per hour, meters per second. When you think about velocity, velocity is speed plus direction. So it's in a vector, so it always has a direction. So it could be 8 miles per hour west. It could be 100 miles an hour towards the watermelon, but it always has a direction. That's velocity. Then the big one, acceleration, is the rate at which velocity changes. So it's a change in velocity is accelerating or a change in direction. And so this is measured distance over time by time. So distance times squared. So acceleration is the accumulation of speed and velocity into acceleration. And that is important because of Isaac Newton. Looks just like him. Miss Lou thinks it looks like you a little bit. It's another drawing of mine. Thank you. All right.
Cuter than that.
So what we're going to be measuring today is force, and specifically Coach Harbison's force of his fist. This is his actual fist. Replica. Okay. So we can do a calculation. So Isaac Newton's second law of motion states that force is equal to mass times acceleration. So the mass of an object, Coach Harbison, and his fist. Show your fist. Coach Harbison's fist, the mass of him and his fist, times the amount of acceleration equals the force. Now, Coach Harbison did extensive research, i.e. he Googled how much force does it take to break open a watermelon, and he came up with a figure of 364 pounds. I did a little fact checking. I think it's incorrect, but he Googled it, and whatever you find on the internet is true.
Always true.
Always true. So 364 pounds. We know that Coach Harbison, by his own estimation, weighs 205 pounds. This is a watermelon, also that I drew. So Coach Harbison's fist going into the watermelon, his mass times the force it takes, and we can get acceleration. So again, a force is a push or a pull, so his push going into the watermelon. So what we want to know is what acceleration does Coach Harbison and his fist need to break into the watermelon? Because remember, it's not just going to be him standing still. His body, I'm assuming, is going to be going into this thing. He's not allowed to get a running start, and he can't punch from above using gravity as an assist. So if you had to guess, make a hypothesis about what acceleration you would need in order to break this watermelon, what would you guess in miles per hour?
In miles per hour.
Miles or meters per second squared.
Okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
Sorry, I'm doing two jobs here, humans.
Okay, great. Miles per hour or meters per second squared, if that's your preferred method.
To be honest, like Miss Aki said, I haven't really thought this through. I'm going to hit it very hard, and hopefully the miles per hour.
Just make a guesstimation.
20 miles per hour.
20 miles per hour. That's actually not far off. The calculation, if my sticky note didn't fly away, is 39 miles per hour is the acceleration.
we can get it done.
39 miles per hour. Okay, so a couple things you guys need to understand first about Isaac Newton. So force is a push or a pull, mass times acceleration. Now, what's really important to note here is that it's not necessarily 39 miles per hour of like just pure acceleration. It's not like he's going to get in his car and he has to hit this watermelon at 39 miles per hour. That's not what happens. It's the same way that if you were to, let's say, punch a brick wall, right? Or take your car and ram it into a brick wall at 100 miles per hour.
Don't do that.
Right? Don't do that. Newton's third law of motion says that for every action, there is an equal and opposite reaction. So this watermelon is going to be pushing back at him. But the watermelon is hollow inside. It's not completely full on the inside. It's mass. It's what word am I looking for there? I'm looking for its volume, its density. There we go. Its density is not full. Now, he thinks that I was going to fill these with concrete. I did not fill them with concrete. That would have been hilarious. I didn't do that. But it's the same way that if you were to take your car, get in your car and drive 100 miles per hour into a brick wall, it's more solid, right? Its density is greater. But if you were to take your car and go 100 miles per hour into a sponge, the Newton's third law states that what's coming back at you is not as great because the sponge has more given to it, okay? So the same thing is happening with the watermelon. Yes, it may take 39 miles per hour of acceleration in order for him to get through the watermelon, but once he punches through that skin, what's there is not as dense, okay? The other thing is that he could add mass, right? In order to decrease the amount of acceleration that he needed, he could add mass. So he could... Right, he could get keys, he could get brass knuckles, he could get a golf club, he could get a baseball bat. He could do all of these things. He can increase his mass in order to decrease the acceleration. So again, this is a formula. So for all of you people that have a friend that's like, I definitely could break through that, you need to take all of these things into consideration. All right, now that we've gone through Newton's first and second law, hello, I am Isaac Newton. He's also the guy with the apple, right? Gravity, cool, we got Isaac Newton. We are going to take a short break, and when we come back, we're gonna see whether Coach Harbison has both the mass and acceleration to break through a watermelon. Everybody, we're back. He's taking the sticker off.
I'm making it X. You always want to hit in a specific target. Don't aim wildly. X marks the spot right there. And I'm softening it up.
Let's just make sure that we got this. Okay, great. Great. Is everybody ready? No running start. Oh, you're going to hold it? What are you going to do?
Just put your hands like here. Just like,
well, what if your hand goes through it?
It won't. It'll go in it, but not through
it. Is this the...
No, like kind of like this, because I'm going to have my hand here.
You're putting your hand on it? Okay. So just to be clear, when you... I can't stop laughing. I guess the idea...
I'm a little nervous, people.
I guess the idea is like if you... All right.
You gotta hold it tight there, lady.
I'm holding it tight. I just don't want to get... I'm nervous now. Are you gonna hold it or not?
I'm kind of, just a little.
Because this is gonna fly. Oh, you're gonna totally... You're gonna bust this.
You guys ready for this?
Ready.
I'm probably not going through it. I'm a little nervous.
Yeah, you got it.
I got it. That hurt so bad. I got into it though. Oh my god.
Okay. What can we say about forces, everybody? So we know that Coach Harbison has close to
That's
or
in.
equal to.
I'm in it.
No. When he said he was gonna bust the watermelon, that's what I imagined. And that's not what's happening. Okay, why don't you wait here and we'll actually bust through a watermelon. So we're gonna do another one. No, not on the broken spot. No, he was practicing and he broke it. We're gonna do one more since he's gotten his little jitters out.
And I just confirmed with Principal Crady, I do get workman's comp for this.
You don't get workman's comp for this at all. Okay, you're already, are you gonna take the sticker off?
No, that was a bad idea.
Okay. Hold on, what? I'm not ready yet.
I don't think I'm ready yet.
Or do you need a walk? Do you need to go walk it out for a second?
No, I'm just trying to get prepared where I'm going to hit the sun gun.
Okay, stop doing that because you're breaking it when you do that.
Oh.
All right, we're going to second try.
Even though the first one was broken.
No, he said bust through the watermelon. That's fine. Equal to the force, but not greater than. It's fine. Go ahead. Anytime you're ready.
She wants greater than, I'll give you greater than.
He said bust through. Oh.
Woo!
You are such a cheater. You hit it on the top. He hit it on the top where it was already broken.
We'll go to slow-mo replay. It's broken.
We'll put it in slow-mo replay. What I'm saying. So, Coach Harbison, what have you learned today about forces specifically?
Well, I'm not going to answer that question. I learned, don't say you can break through things, kids.
Yes. You should actually use science before you make bold claims and spend all night shadow boxing in your house saying that they hand out black belts like candy. Before you test this out. Now, again, if you want to test this out, you need to know your mass, okay? You need to know your mass. You need to know the actual force to break into something by using Coach Harbison's scientific method of a simple Google search. Yep. and no other research, just the first thing that pops up on Google.
YouTube as well.
Yep, and YouTube, and watching a bunch of people on YouTube break through watermelons, which he so boldly claimed, I will bust this thing open. And as you will see in the replay, which we have not watched yet, but we will watch the replay. I got to see it in real time. I have watermelon all over me. The first one, which was already not bust open, and he hit from dead on, he did not bust through this watermelon. He simply just made a little notch. So again, if you're interested in busting open things, you're going to need the actual force to break open, the mass of what you're hitting it with, so it could be a golf club, brass knuckles, or your own body, and the acceleration will be determined for you. That's all for Science Friday. We'll see you next time. No, we're not doing the soft one. Nope, you're going to hit the spot that you said I can break a watermelon. You didn't say when it's on the soft spot. You said don't fill it with cement.
Looked up like the spot that's hardest to break.
I sure did. Sure did.